Bank number 29, loop number 1. Woo! Love this loop. Oh, that's a good one. B minor 11 to B flat major 7. Ooh, love, that is love. So like I said, you can write out your D major scale if you want. An alternative to that would be B minor pentatonic. And then we go to the F major scale. Scale pairs. Of course, I can do some of this where you just play after me, but I can also kind of explain it. So, on D major, or sorry. Two different scale centers, two different key signature. C sharp. So I'm playing out of these two scales. The D major scale. On E. On E again. Your D major scale. I'll give you a tuning note. I should do this more often, shouldn't I? And I should actually I should be in tune before I make my loops. Just give you the A. So the loop I was doing before was a few cents flatter than this. So we've got the D major scale and then the F major scale. But I'm going to pull out the pentatonics. Okay, so like I said, I think this would be B minor pentatonic. To A minor. All right. All right, let me explain this. So on that first chord, again, you can just do major scales if you want. But if you want to do pentatonics on that first chord, a B minor 11, you got two choices. Is B minor pentatonic or F sharp minor pentatonic? B minor pentatonic or F sharp minor pentatonic. On the second chord, B flat major 7, you can play D minor pentatonic or A minor pentatonic. Yeah. So lots of options there. I'm gonna give you a couple. I'm gonna show you. So this is on the first chord. I'm gonna do B minor pentatonic. You can play after me. B, 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 B. D minor pentatonic. B minor pentatonic on D. D minor pentatonic on D. B minor pentatonic on E. D minor pentatonic on F. B minor on F sharp. Ooh. D minor starting on G. Now here's another sound. That's F sharp minor pentatonic. A minor pentatonic. F sharp minor pentatonic on E. A minor pentatonic on E. So really 3 scale choices on each of these 2 chords. On the first chord, you got 3 scale choices. It's D major, B minor pentatonic, or F sharp minor pentatonic. On the second chord, which is a B flat major 7, you can play F major, or D minor pentatonic, or A minor pentatonic. So it's your choice. You know how to set up those little visual aids if you want. And we're just going to do a little trading first. I'll play some lines. You play whatever you want afterwards. Whatever you want afterwards, because I'm not gonna make it every line something that I'm going to tell you the note that you get to use or that you can play it back. Okay. Distinct phrases. Got it. Take it for a second. So real quick, this is a great way to kind of go to the next level of knowledge on a tune, is to see whether you can connect across the different chords, right? So sometimes people will talk about playing across the bar line. What I've been doing so far is not playing across the bar line. I played a short phrase on one chord, and then I played a short phrase on the next chord, which gives you, so you're always stopping and playing in one key and then stopping and playing in another key. But to be more fluid, we want to be able to connect across the bar line, across the chord change. A way to practice that is to start on the D chord and end connecting into the B flat, or sorry, start on the B minor chord and end on the B flat major chord, and then vice versa. So I'm going to show you what that could look like. So I play a long phrase on the first chord, but I'm going to end on the second chord. See? So I didn't stop. I had to think, oh, I'm going to land on that F natural, which is in a different key on the second bar. Now here's the opposite direction. So we play the first chord. Now I'm going to start my phrase on the second chord and connect back into the first chord, right? Then I wait, and then I play, start here. Connecting across the bar line. You can try that if you want. Hopefully it makes sense. And then we're going to do the internalize. In fact, let's do the internalization exercise first, and then we're going to come back and we're going to do this. So the internalization exercise, I'm going to do it with the major scales, but you can do it with the pentatonics as well. You choose your pentatonics if that's where you're at, and you can do it. But I'm going to do it with the major scales. D major to F major. So we're going to play from the lowest note. We're just going to do a simple sequence. I'm going to start on my lowest note in D major, which is G. I'm going to go G to G. That's it, G to G in the key of D major, 2 sharps. Then G to G in the key of F major, 1 flat. G to G in D major, G to G in F major. Then we go to the next one. We start on A. Okay, so G to G, G to G, 1 flat. With me on A. On A. If this is too easy for you, then do it 5 times as fast in a different position. Be natural. Do it in double stops. Do it in thirds, fourths, sixths, sevenths. B flat while having a conversation, improvising your bow and moving back and forth. C sharp, D major, C sharp, C natural. D to D. D to D, 1 flat. E. E. Okay? Now, variations on this, because I want you to practice internalizing this at your level, right? So I was saying, obviously, we could do the same exercise harmonized in thirds, fourths, sixths, sevenths, seconds, octaves, tenths, right? That's thirds, just as an example, right? Sixths going down. Don't obsess about your intonation. Here's a tip for you. For a lot of us as classical players, or for those of us who are trained classically, we tend to develop a habit where our first thing is to think about, I need to practice that to play it in tune. I need to work on the technique. And I get that. I've done that, you know. But try this on. Try on the idea that, like, eventually you'll play it in tune. And right now you're just focused on finding the relationships. Like, we're trying to internalize code for Mitch, right? The code is different than the execution of the code. Now, if you're a coder, then probably the execution doesn't apply for a coder because they just push a button, and pushing the button is the execution. But as a violinist, it's pushing the button is hard. We have to put our fingers in place. Don't worry about executing the code. Worry about understanding the code, right? So this is, it's not in tune, but I'm demonstrating an understanding of that code, of that language, that harmonic patterns, right? Eventually I'll play it in tune. Later on I can circle back and I can worry about the intonation, right? So 6. Now you can also do patterns. So you can do a pattern like change key, change key. I'll give you some examples of some more patterns, then you come up with wherever you want to do this. Right? That's where you keep the pattern going, or you could start the pattern back. I could go back to where I started. Right? So any of those options. You could also, once you're ready, you could just well, we're going to get to that. Just do patterns from now. Ready and go and take a couple minutes to work on that. You can always bring your awareness. I mean, if it's easy for you, you can bring your awareness to technique, to your breath, to whatever. Integrated practice. Integrating the internalization of harmonic information with technique, things you can do. You could sing while you play. It's a great exercise. You could rock, you could hum, whistle, breathe. Remember, there's a difference between leading with your voice and leading with your playing. Sometimes when we sing and play at the same time, our fingers are directing the action and then we follow with our voice. And sometimes it's vice versa. Try to experience both of those things. Where you sing the line and follow with your finger, where you play the line and follow with your voice. It's very different. And just singing without your instrument, that's pretty profound. Because you realize so much when you actually just try to sing the lines. Then when you're ready, we can try this idea we talked about, where we cross the bar line. We take a break on one chord. We start our phrase on one chord, and then we play all the way through the bar line to the next chord, making that transition between the modulating key signatures. You can start on the first chord and connect to the second, and then you can start your phrase on the second chord and connect on the first.